Hey guys, Lucas here. Thanks for tuning back to my channel. So what do we have today? This is a Team Futaba FX10 off-road racing buggy. And let's leave the racing part out, okay? So what am I talking about exactly? This car was a joint venture between Tamiya and Futaba to make a really nice space-age high-performance RC car. So you got that stealthy look, like a starfighter kind of look thing going on there. This car was this is an 87 model, and it's kind of like in the age where everything was exciting and very spacey. Like everybody wanted to know more about space, which we still do, which is great. But it was kind of the thing with all the arcade games and everything, and just that's where it was. And it has a little bit of that nostalgia to it, does it? So, more not very wide rear tires right here. Still got the knobs on there, and you got the independent suspension, which is an upgrade from a Tamiya Grasshopper design. But the execution's bad. These drive shafts pop out. The rear gearbox is very how do I say, crumbly, and I'll tell you why. This gearbox that's on here is a Tamiya Striker. If you go in the, you can actually look up Tamiya Striker and you'll see a similarity between these cars, and there is, but there isn't. This gearbox that's on here is a Tamiya Striker gearbox that I had to modify the chassis to accept because the supports on the original Team Futaba FX10 gearbox is a little different. So you got more bolts here that has to be mounted to the body or to the chassis. And then the anchors right here are longer on this one than they are on the Tamiya Striker. Just the way it's designed and the chassis and everything. So a little bit of a similarity, but that's pretty much it. And just to show you. So you got the little Mickey Mouse ears right there, but you don't have it here. See? So some similarities, but yet some, some differences. And with this one here, yeah, the motor still hangs out, just like the Striker. So that is similar. And as far as the front now, we'll talk about the front. The front suspension this is not how it normally is. Just take these parts away, and that's how it is right there. You can sort of see it like that right there. And then it would hold this suspension, would go right here. Would mount in here with just two little stems. So there's no bolt that holds it in here in place. It's just these little stems. And on the left side, it has a broken part and a worn out stem on one side. So these little stems do wear down, and when they do, that's the front end just collapses. So poor design, very bad. And I had to makeshift this one. I had to use in my Echo racing buggy, a Wild Panther, front suspension support right here. So I had to modify that, which I got a suspension support by Grasshopper for that car and gearbox. So it's not bad. It just it bolts right up to it. So I'm not too worried about that. So then Diesel's arms here are also off the Wild Panther. So a lot of stuff I had to rob in order to make this car roll again. And you shouldn't have to do that. And yeah, it's 33 years old, I get it. But everything's falling apart. The chassis is yellowing. My gosh, guys, this one. Alright, so here's what it looks like inside if you haven't seen an FX10. You got this little grid in there. I'm not sure why that is. Some type of molding process thing. And then right behind the servo is the year and RCC Tamiya 87. Right, typically these come with the mechanical speed control, but you could get these with the MC230 Futaba ESCs and later on with the kit or with the car. But you'd pay a higher price. These were normally about $150, $160 ready to run, and I think they even gave you a charger. So I think an overall cool design, but execution was poor. and Futaba just sticks. I don't know if Futaba and Tamiya ever did anything else together, but as far as I know, no. And hopefully they haven't, because Futaba makes great radios, and Tamiya makes great cars, and let's keep it at that. So there we have it. Oh, I'm gonna show you the bottom. So this is where the battery, and you have these two little pins, body pins here. So if you wanted a larger battery, like an 8.4, you couldn't put it in here. You just have to stick with 7.2. But anyways, you'll see in the video of me driving it, I'm a little underwhelmed with it. And this is the second one I've driven, and can't speak today, guys. And the gearbox is still loud. So it's got, gearbox oil in here, so it shouldn't be loud. The gear mesh is fine, shouldn't be loud. And it's not the motor, because I drove another one and it still sounds the same. And it's got bearings and everything in it. So, oh, and by the way, these did not come with bearings, they came with bushings. And it's supposed to be an upgrade for Tamiya Hornet, and I'm sorry, it's not. So there you have it. The price on these here, used now in the market, you could find them probably right around 50 to about 80 bucks or so. They're starting to grow a little bit in price, but not too much. I have seen a couple in about $100, $120, but those are really nice condition. This one here, I think I only got 45 bucks, and plus the gearbox is around 20. That to me, a striker gearbox, and I had to modify that. So who's this for right now? I think it's for somebody who just wants a nice collectible from the 80s, and it would be good for that. I know I'm kind of biased on just putting the car on the shelf and leave it there. This is one that I probably would do the most, with just leaving it there. Not driving it too much. I would still running it a little bit, but that's pretty much it. I would just leave it sit, because the plastics are so brittle, they'll break. Trying to get parts for this car, since I only made it for a couple years, is very hard, and you got to make stuff work, and that loses its value. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching my videos. Please hit a like, and I would love for you to subscribe. Definitely going to have the video up of this car running, and that one will be up shortly. Alright guys, and I'll see you on the next one. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. If you have any experience in this car, please tell me what you think about it. Alrighty guys, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.